Well, it's filming.
Yeah, cool. Both film. Filming.
All right.
Action. Well, I'll start off with hello and welcome to Fat2health and my interview with my lovely partner, Jackie Can. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm all right. I'm a bit nervous.
Away.
I am very nervous.
Don't be nervous. Most of these questions are asked by your followers. Yes, I've put that to them and they've come up with...
How did you put that to them? Sorry?
There's ways and means. So I put some questions, I've asked them for some questions.
How did you do that?
Through the Fat2health page and your YouTube page.
When did you do this?
Yesterday. But that's by and by. I've got 20 odd questions from them and a couple chucked in from myself. Okay? So, shall we kick off?
Yeah.
Yeah? We'll go straight in with a question from Heather McLeod.
Okay.
What was the turning point to do something for you? I'll just say hers personally was the seatbelt on the plane, which I know you can probably relate to. So, what's the turning point for you?
To lose weight.
To lose weight,
The
yes.
turning point to lose weight. Oh gosh.
Probably should have given you some preemptive, but carry on. Let's have a quick think. Was it lockdown? To start, well, to be honest, you've done this for a year now. It's been a year round, hasn't it? Fat2health.
Yeah.
So what made you start Fat2health?
Oh, that's a different question.
Yeah, well, it's the turning point. Yeah.
Right. So let's cut all that.
Let's not. Let's leave that in.
Because I don't know. Yeah, you got to give me time to think about it. Don't talk then suddenly think that I've got to think. I know there's gaps, but I can take the gaps out.
Okay.
Right. So ask the question again.
We'll go straight in with our first question from one of your followers, which is Heather McLeod.
Okay.
And her question is, what's the turning point for you to actually start doing something? For her personally, it was the seatbelt on the plane, which I know you can relate to.
Yeah, I can relate to that very much. The turning point to actually lose weight was, well, I don't think there was actually a defining moment, but just constantly fed up with being fed up, absolutely fed up with being fed up, and constantly thinking I've got to lose weight and just doing my nutting. And somebody I remember saying to me, he actually rang me up and said, you have all the answers. You have all the answers. You know that vegetables are good for you. This is good for you. That isn't good for you.
That's a light bulb moment.
That was a light bulb moment. I just thought, yeah.
Good. A question from Nikki Brown. How do you reduce the chances of binging? And have you ever been worried that you're going to go off the rails again and put your weight back on?
How do I reduce the
chances of a binge?
Oh gosh, that is by simply cutting out sugars.
Sugar, it's all about sugar.
It's all about sugar and carbohydrate. Once I stopped having sugar, the chances for binges then stopped.
Okay, that's fair enough. Are you worried about going off the rails?
No. I don't allow myself, I'll never go back off the rails, I know I won't, but I give myself permission to eat what I want, when I want. If I fancy something, I will have it, but I will be aware of the consequences if I have that.
Yeah, I think Nikki Brown's question was also, are you worried about gaining that weight back? I think you're in the right frame of mind.
I won't gain it back. I know, I have seen so many people on YouTube that have lost their weight, had their tummies done and all the rest of it, and then for them, that was it, I've done it. And then all of a sudden gone and put the weight back on. But I won't, because I've already got it in my mind that I'm going to maintain for the rest of my life.
And that's also a similar question from Jennifer Rich.
Okay.
If like if you have gone off track, well, I've seen it in your videos. You've had your ups and downs. It's a roller coaster. So when you've obviously been careful and stuff, how do you then get back on to the correct eating regime?
Dust yourself off, and that's the thing. I think for over so many years I've beaten myself up, thinking that I don't have the willpower. What is wrong with me? Why am I falling off the rail? You know, it's got to be, oh, woe is me. You know, I'm just constantly giving myself a bad time. Once you stop and relax and go, you know, you just dust yourself off. You go, right, okay, I put on a couple of pounds this week. I've had a good time doing it. Let's get on. You know, we've got so many years in a lifetime to get to where we want to. It's not a race.
That's right. You got to take it one day at a time, haven't you? Yeah. You've got the rest of your life to get to it. That leads us on to Chris Pearson. I'm sorry if I do get any names wrong. Chris Pearson, what has been the lowest point on your journey over the recent year, and what has been one of the highest points? So one of the lowest points. Can you remember?
Gosh, in the year?
Yeah, we're going to stick to the year because this is about the whole year of Fat2health. Yeah. Is
that right? Okay. I don't think I've had any low points. I've had defining moments where, you know, learning, just light bulb moments where I've gone into a shop after giving up sugar and being in a shop and realising the feeling of emptiness and like, and realising that it's kind of like a mourning. I'm not sure you're going to understand that, but I'm not putting all them items in my shopping bag to have when I get home. That feeling of I'm going to eat when I get in the car, I'm going to eat when I get home. All that was taken away from me. So all of a sudden I felt completely empty and like, oh.
So they're low points?
They are not low points, but they are. I felt low at the time because you're kind of like confused and you're like, oh, what am I want to eat. But I kind of know that was a learning point and I had to go through it.
Okay.
So then it's a learning. Once you've learned it, once your kind of brain goes, yes, that is the reason I felt like that. And I've gone through it and now I don't get that feeling.
Okay, so just touching back on what you said about is that low point in this year? Take it further afield. What's your low point in your life then? Because I'm sure people want to know about you further beyond, you know. So you must have had low points. Is that when you possibly at your biggest?
When I was at my biggest, just that whole feeling of 26.5 stone. Could I get any bigger? And I was approached by a documentary maker for Channel 4 to do a documentary called Larger Than Life, and they had people on there that were bedridden because of their sizes, and they chose me because I was on my way to being like them. Right. And they did a documentary on exactly what I was eating, my lifestyle, and they then put all the food out on the table for me, and I came in. I just remember, I'm going to cry now. I just remember coming into that room and seeing all that beige food, and that wasn't really. I just kind of like, yeah, I've got to play up to the camera sort of thing. But when I watched the whole thing back, and the doctor, he's actually the same doctor, or the health nutritionist is actually the same one for NutraCheck. Okay. It was him that said, if Jackie carries on doing what she's doing, she will be dead within 5 years. And that was like, oh shit.
And how many years ago was that? Because obviously you've been on a...
That was, I think about 8 years ago, 8, 9 years ago, something like that. It wasn't...
I know your high point. That's when you met me, wasn't it? Obviously. It's got to stick there. No, you've come off the stage recently, buzzing. I know that.
Yeah.
That's obviously because you've been dancing all night, and that's obviously due to
My
your weight
new
loss.
bounce, yeah. Well, that's again. You know, I was on crutches. Yeah, on crutches a few years ago.
That was a low point.
I wasn't able. I didn't think I was going to be able to get up on stage again. Well, you've been with me when I've gone. How do I get on this stage? There's a big. You know, I can't manage it. But now I run up on the stage and I'm dancing, and I love it. You know.
A question from Josie Butcher.
Oh, hi.
Yeah, hi Josie. Watching, aren't we? I forgot for a second. With your weight loss and helping others, how does it make you feel to be able to help others? To hear the words of encouragement, which goes both ways, doesn't it?
Both ways, yeah.
How does it make you feel though?
It makes me feel like a part of a community. I don't feel special. I don't feel that I am, oh, look at me. I am constantly reminded that I have been like other people. I know how they feel. I know their thoughts and feelings, you know, around food and the thoughts of when they're eating it, after they've eaten it. So I just... You know, I love every single one that is.
You love the comments.
I love the comments.
One of the comments from Chrissy Pearson, actually, who I've already asked her a question, was that we love this lady. She's such a legend. Wish we could bottle her because she's a tonic. You know.
Really? That's so lovely.
They are lovely comments.
Oh my God.
They must inspire you.
That is just so wonderful. Because you never know whether you're doing the right thing. And then, you know... I
wonder if people read other people's comments. I suppose they do.
I don't know.
Maybe not so much on the YouTube channel, but they can obviously, in your new community page on Facebook, they can see each other's comments, obviously, because that's for each other, isn't it? Eileen Watson, how much more weight do you aim to lose? And does loose skin become a real problem for you?
Right, well, if I was single, I think loose skin would probably be a worry for me because, you know, you do worry. But I know that you love me for whatever.
Yeah.
And, you know, it doesn't affect me around it. I'm lucky enough that I'm okay. I need to get my arms done, as you've seen.
You're conscious of that when you wear a short.
Very conscious.
Can't wear a short t-shirt.
And my students are very conscious of that as well. It's quite funny actually, but you know, it's embarrassing for them. But for weight loss, now NHS say that I should be between 9.5 and 10.5 to be normal. I can't see myself being that. I don't want to be that size. I am comfortable now in how I am. I'm really comfortable now. But I would very much, as 15, just under 16 stone. I think I would like to get down to 13.5.
Is that your ideal weight?
That's my ideal weight. 13.5. Maybe 12, just to get to that ideal 12.
Then your new mission will be to maintain
just
it.
Maintain
that,
yeah.
That's,
but bearing in mind...
I've heard people's comments saying, oh, once she gets down to her weight, is that it? She's going to pack everything in.
Oh my God, no.
You're in this for...
No, I'm in this for life.
For videos, so I'm talking about. Your videos will be for maintaining.
My videos will be... ongoing for everybody. I would like to create a free community for my subscribers to come and chat to each other. I will keep making the videos. I'm planning.
Do I
know?
I'm
not going to tell them. No, I'm not going to tell them.
That might be one of my questions.
Oh.
We'll see. So that's Josie, but Chrissy Pearson, Elaine Watson, we just asked that question. Alison Bissett, what have you learned and what would you wish you knew years ago?
Oh my gosh.
I guess it's going to be the
sugar.
The sugar, yeah.
If I'd have known that sugar was a killer, basically.
Worse than cocaine, you told me.
Worse cocaine. Was it you that got me the book?
Yeah, Alan Carr.
Richard got me a book called Good Sugar, Bad Sugar.
That, but yeah.
Good Sugar, Bad Sugar. And he'd written quite a few about giving up smoking, blah, blah, blah. And I didn't want to read it, but I did. And it changed. at that point, it planted a seed. It didn't change my life, but it planted a seed. And I then found that sugar was a problem for me. That was why I kept falling off all the diets, going into binging. So then I kind of, you know, just sort of started cutting it out. And Alison, thank you to you. I'm not sure which camera I'm looking at now, but thank you to you for giving me lots of advice. And I know that you have, you know, you're one of the ladies that I look to. I'm not perfect. I still have the odd sugar. I'm cutting down on carbs, but I still have carbs. But yeah, I do look up to you, Alison, and thank you very much.
So one of my later questions was related to sugar, so we'll just stick with the sugar theme for a second.
Yeah.
Recognising that sugar is obviously in everything. You know, I don't know, at 56 I'm naive and didn't think it was, I'm not sure. But I just thought, well, sugar, that's just in chocolate and sweets. So just cut out chocolate and sweets and your afters and everything and you'd be fine. But obviously recognising that sugar is, how do people define, you know, something's got sugar in? Just look at the label, just look at the ingredients?
You've got to look at the ingredients, yeah. I've heard so many people say, but I don't eat sweet things.
Well, that's what I was thinking, yeah.
Yeah.
But
it's in ham.
Is it a preservative? Or is it salt as a preservative?
No, that's preservative, isn't it? No, it's in
well,
sugar.
Why put sugar in things then?
It's because it makes it taste nice. They know that it's an addiction.
Is it bread?
Bread has flour. What it is raising the blood sugar. So you've got flour, all the carbohydrates, not all the, sorry, refined carbohydrates. It's all about raising the sugar. So it's looked at
so
as
they
sugar.
put sugar in things to
make it taste nice.
And then to make you come back for more.
Yeah, they know you come back for more.
Yeah.
That's why you keep wanting more after you feel full.
So parents give kids sweets, don't they?
Yeah.
They're at the till, the sweets are there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's in it.
It's bad, isn't it?
But it is in everything.
And
I tried to find
some
some.
cocaine.
Yeah. It is worse than cocaine, but you know, I won't go into all the pharmaceuticals and how they make money, and that's why they know. Doctors know that, you know, cut out sugar, most illnesses will recover.
Okay. Sophie Bradfield, she really wants to lose weight, bless her. I actually know her, she's a lovely girl, but she don't know where to start and how to get onto her journey. She's tried in the past but kept giving up. So what's the best way to start? How would you advise someone to start if they're new to your channel?
Take a breather to look at what she's eating. Right, for a couple of weeks, just carry on as normal and write down everything that you're eating, and then just have a look at it and think, could it be my sugars? Could it be the refined foods? But I wouldn't be in a rush to do it. I would take it slowly, make small changes. Small changes lead to huge steps.
As opposed to drastically stopping everything that you're doing.
Yeah.
And you're just going to fall off the wagon quicker.
Yeah. If you feel comfortable enough to go into Slimming World or whatever.
That's a good start.
It's a good start, but they don't teach you the basic. Everything is low fat this, low fat that. But it really, science now is that fat is very good for you, and low fat has all this stuff in and makes you craving for more.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say take a deep breath, take it slowly.
Yeah. A lady from your NutraCheck app, Von 56.
You've been busy.
Von 56. She wants your recipe for egg muffins reposted at some point. I'm sure you can do that.
Egg muffins.
They were just.
Should I do egg muffins?
The bacon in there.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Elizabeth Chamberlain, how do you manage to lose weight with having so many nights out, weekends and that? Because she struggles at weekends.
Yeah. Again, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I do a little bit of fasting for so many hours. When I eat, I cut down as much sugar as possible, as much carbohydrates as possible, have fresh vegetables and fruit. I have my window of so many hours, and then I stop eating. On a Friday, well, depending if I'm gigging on a Friday or a Saturday, then I will take something, but I will give myself permission to eat whatever I want. If I go out for a meal, we skip the starter and we just skip the dessert, but we have whatever we want on our plate for a main meal.
That's it. Yeah. I think if you're going out and you're spending money on a meal, enjoy that meal.
If you want, if you're spending money on a meal, don't just go for something like a salad that you're not going to be happy with. You want to go for something you damn well want to eat and enjoy it every single
Don't have the starter, don't have the afters.
Don't have a starter, don't have the
Park
afters.
your car further away from the restaurant.
Yeah, you want to know what you do, don't you?
Little tips.
Little tips, yeah.
Just talking about fasting, there was a question, I'm just trying to find it. It was from...
Fasting, okay.
Fasting, yeah. YouTuber Janice Barksby.
Okay.
Sorry if I got that wrong. Are you planning to keep up with the fasting, the intermittent fasting?
Yes.
For the foreseeable?
Yes. Fasting for me, now that I've learned about it from Jason Fong, I'm not fasting to lose weight. I am fasting for health benefits. It's giving my body the chance to recover and eat what I've eaten during the day, and to make new cells and get rid of the old cells and relax and do what it's got to do, what we're designed to do.
And you posted a video recently. Is that worth on there? It's worth looking at? From Jason Fong?
Yeah, the Jason Fong, the Obesity Code Part 1 is absolutely fantastic. There are, I think, 7 parts, and they are really worth a watch because you really understand it.
Okie dokie. YouTuber Julie Martin loves your positivity and the power of self-forgiveness. This is something you agree with?
Absolutely.
Self-forgiveness.
Self-forgiveness, yeah, well, there's nothing really to forgive. You just gotta, if you put on weight, you just gotta say, right, okay, that's fine, just carry on. But never be afraid to change something. If something's not working for you, change it up.
Change it up.
There's no right or wrong way. My way isn't the right way. It might be, club or,
Your way's not always the right way. But
my way's not the way. It works for me, and I'm pretty sure that it probably works for everybody else. No.
YouTuber Hayley70. I'm not sure if she's 70, but Hayley70 from YouTuber. If you're having a bad day, what is your quick go-to snack to cheer you up? Would you do that?
No, I don't feel the need to snack, but saying that, if I'm incredibly tired and I've been working and we got back really late, such as today, I would say cheese.
I was going to say cheese.
I love my cheese.
Yeah, cheese, maybe a cracker.
Yeah, possibly a cracker. Now that is carbohydrates, but
in moderation.
That's
a great word, moderation.
Yeah, moderation. I'm not gonna, like I would in the past, have loads of cheese, loads of pickle, loads of whatever, and just have a whole plate full. But this we would have.
Cheese is your go-to, though.
Cheese is definitely my go-to. But I have it nearly every day anyway.
You do. YouTuber Nicola Fairbrother. 2 questions. First, do you regret not starting calorie counting sooner? And do you have an ideal weight?
Yeah, I wish I'd have counted calories a long time ago. I wish I'd have found NutraCheck a long time ago. I don't know how long NutraCheck have been going, but yes. I feel like I've come full circle, because that is the very, very first diet I ever did. Right. And that was when I was 16 years of age. I started counting calories.
Didn't understand much at 16, did you?
Well, no, and they had a book. You got to look for the book, and if they didn't have it in there, you was like, do you know what I mean? And it was not all done online. It is now. And what is my ideal weight? Well, we touched upon that as well. I want to get down to I feel comfortable in my own skin, which is hopefully around about 12, 13.
Cool.
Yeah.
YouTubers David and Janice Kuhn asked, how many days over Christmas do you think you'll be off plane? Off plane over Christmas?
No.
Are you gonna? No. You're gonna be on plane over Christmas?
Yeah. Well, it's not a plan. I'm not on a plan. I'm not on a diet.
Okay.
I will be eating just normal.
Sensibly and.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, I looked at previous Christmases. We might have done that with when we were on Single Mode at Christmas.
One of the Christmases I did learn was
With me?
after I just, with you. And I just given up sugar, hadn't I? And I just had an immense long run of no sugar. And I'd got a present from your kids that gave me sugar. Now, I know I got very, very upset, but there was no reason for me to. I was upset with myself, not with your kids, but I ate it, and I binged it. As soon as I started it, I couldn't stop eating it, and I learned a lot from that. So I was really grateful that they bought me that, and I went through what I did.
That's a learning curve, isn't it?
It was a complete learning curve, and
Yeah.
I know I made your kids feel terrible, didn't I? But you know, it was. I'm so grateful for them for that.
So I said about the internet person. Max Neelums, sorry if that's wrong, from Facebook, asks, how does it feel to gain mobility and fitness?
Amazing.
Obviously you've come a long way since I've met you.
Absolutely, yeah.
Your knees, yeah. So how does it feel?
Amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely, the icing on the cake. To feel, to be able to, especially on stage, and to be able to dance around on stage.
Yeah.
And
that's why you're trying to lose weight, be healthier, because you want to be able to be more active.
I remember us going for a walk, when I first started Fat2health, and going for a walk, and every bone in my body hurt, and I was out of breath, and I was waddling like this, and I just thought,
come a long way since then.
But knowing that get to the next step will be good, get to the next one the next day. And now we walk miles.
We always look for lifts, and now,
now
we look for the stairs.
we got the stairs now, yeah.
Great.
And we love walking along the beach, don't we? Because it's just so romantic and lovely.
Some better weather.
Yeah. So health, definitely. And I never thought that I'd get there. So whatever your journey is, keep trying.
This is kind of a joint question from Nikki Brown and Ali Rideout, because it involves your singing career. So they're both touching on that. How old were you when you first started singing, and how did you find out that you had the voice that suited us and Moye?
The first time I ever sung was when I was 7 years of age at school. I was in the Pied Piper.
Okay.
And I sang a song, and everybody loved it, and that started me on the path of wanting to sing in front of lots of people. But my granddad was an entertainer, and he used to play the washboards and the spoons, and I used to hear the laughter and people clapping, and I wanted that. I want a bit of that. So it was just from then on. Yeah.
And how did it feel to actually win Stars of the Night?
Amazing. Yeah. Well, I did Stars, and that was a long time, 1993. I remember it like it was yesterday, being on stage and just...
So obviously you were slightly bigger then. Do you look back on that video?
No, I was smaller. I had actually lost 3 stone by going to Slimming World.
Okay. You've been yo-yoing a bit.
I had been yo-yoing a bit. And I'd gone on Stars on the Rise, and that career then put me on the road. So then I was eating a lot more on the road, in my car. I was working abroad, coming back from my kids, and all them bad habits just kind of escalated. And then you'll see in the video of Stars and Rise on my page, where I slowly get bigger and bigger and bigger, and then Champions and Channel, I've blown up. It's like,
party animal,
my gosh.
Well, you were getting a lot of free drinks back then, I can imagine.
Yeah.
And everyone was wanting to buy you drinks and take you out for a meal. Road trips.
Yeah.
That was a question I was going to touch on. How have road trips changed, like weekend journeys?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Back in the day, you would have never thought to take a solo.
Oh gosh, no. The fact is, no matter, I've always grown up that when you get in the car, my mum and dad used to have sweets, and it might be an Opal sweet, and you just have one. So whenever I've been in the car, I've had sweets, I've had
with things,
chocolate, I've had crisps, and even if it's like an hour down the road, it's almost like my brain is going, I'm going to starve, so I've got to have something in my car to eat on the way there and on the way back. So I've constantly eaten.
Between gigs, driving around.
Yeah. And it's horrendous.
And again, as a light bulb moment, you can take the soda with you.
And we used to be able to, at some of the service stations, we used to be able to stop and have a fry-up, because they were 24/7. You could have a fry-up, and we'd have egg, bacon.
Whoever you were gigging with.
Whoever I was gigging with, or something, you know, if I was working with somebody, we'd stop. If somebody was coming with me, you know, you do.
Yeah. A question from a lady, Carrot Top from NutraCheck.
Oh yeah, hi.
Just asking about your black outfits on stage, your long coats and all that. Why didn't you now show off your figure? So if you just answer that one.
Well, yes. The reason I wear long black outfits is because I impersonate a lady called Alison Moyet. She's a 70s or 80s lady who used to be big. Now that she's actually lost all her weight, she looks absolutely amazing and so much younger. I don't no longer look like her, even though I've shrunk a little bit. I no longer look like her, but all the songs that I sing are still from the 80s. So when people associate me as Alison Moyet, I wear the black outfit, even though my hair is like this. And Alison Moyet never had her hair like this, but because I've got the voice, but I would like to actually start showing off a bit more of my...
Well, that's fine, because you do an 80s set as well. You're not always just do Alison Moyet. So sometimes you'll have a gig and you'll do first half as Alison Moyet, and then you'll change into your figure showing clothes, if you like.
That's it. Carrot Top, I don't know your real name. I do apologise, but I'll bear that in mind and keep watching, because you never know. I have actually bought myself a lovely dress. I can't wait to wear it.
Well, most of your amazing network of friends have asked the questions that I had already thought about. So there's just one or two more from me. How important is exercise? And just tell us about your love for the push bike.
Right. Exercise. Now, like food, I only exercise when I feel like it. Exercise is very, very important to strengthen the muscles. I find that because of my knee, I was told that I desperately needed a new knee. I decided that building up the muscle around the knee was what I needed. Walking wasn't enough. It felt like the pain. So cycling, I decided to start that. But although I had a fear of cycling because I'd fallen off when I was a teenager and smashed all my face in, I got skulls all over here, I vowed never to ride a bike again. But when I saw my daughter on her bike and she said, "Mum, get a bike," I decided to ride hers, and I fell in love with it, and I thought, yes. So that's when the bicycle comes in. I absolutely love cycling. And but cycling, I will only exercise when I feel like it. I won't do a regime of going, because like that, we used to have a membership for
the gym.
And you'd go,
if you didn't go,
and then when you didn't go, you felt guilty. You beat yourself up, and then you felt like a failure. Blah blah blah.
So it's kind of like food. Well, I think
it's like a diet.
Yeah.
I don't want to get into that, so I will exercise when I enjoy it, when I want to do it.
Yeah. Cool.
I hope that answers your question.
I've got another one. A favourite meal that you probably used to have that you might not have now so much? Or have you got a favourite meal and you still have it? Do you have favourite foods?
I used to love pasta.
Yeah.
I absolutely adored pasta. I would have what my son calls the big one. It was lots of vegetables with loads and loads of pasta and creamy sauce. I don't have that so much now, because I know that when I did have it, it would fill me up, and then I'd go on a binge afterwards. So I've cut out pasta a hell of a lot. And I used to love lasagna. Whatever restaurant I'd go to, I'd have a lasagna.
Yeah.
But now I've cut all that out.
What does the carbs in the pasta do? So
It raises your blood sugar.
blood sugar, that's right. Yeah.
And pasta doesn't have there's no health benefits to pasta. And basically all it does is your body is designed to deal with real foods, vegetables, fruit, salads, things like that, real food. But when you have carbohydrates, which is man-made, yeah, that's fine. When you have real foods with, when you have crap foods, then your body is going, well, how do I do with this? And then it sticks it to the side like fat. Okay, that's fat. We'll deal with that another time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so,
you've got a new love of salads as well, haven't you?
Yeah.
You see a lot of your.
One sec.
It's a 30-minute. I'm back. Cool. That's fine. And a word that you hate, which the NHS use, obese. You hate that word.
I hate that word, obese.
It's almost offensive, isn't it?
It is offensive. And morbid obese. It's such a horrible word.
What could they use instead?
Larger person?
Yeah.
Voluptuous?
Yeah.
Voluptuous is a lovely word. That is a beautiful word.
And that means large person.
Large.
So NHS, get your act together.
And NHS need to be shot sometimes.
No. We love the NHS.
And we do, But
it's just that word obese we don't know.
The NHS, they need to redesign their weight loss strategy, definitely.
Going back to food again, obviously, is it hard for you to watch other people eating food? I mean, if I now had a chocolate bar, that is hard. Yeah.
I can't say nothing, I've been there. I know what it's like when somebody points something out to me. I get defensive. My mum really cared about me when I was at my biggest, and she tried so hard to get me to understand that she cared for me and that she didn't want me to die. Basically, she thought all these health, she didn't want me to get diabetes. She was so worried that I felt that I failed her in some way. And so she wrote me a letter, and that letter was another sort of kind of like a turning point. I was so angry with her because she'd poured her heart out about me being big and that she couldn't stand seeing me this size and all the rest of it. I was afraid, I was upset by that. But she has since apologised profusely, but I see that as a completely different way now because she cared. She cared, but at that time I didn't know what to do. I thought that I was failing my mum, but it wasn't. I wasn't failing my mum. It was the food was failing me because the sugar is failing me. The simple sugar. It wasn't my fault that I was big. It was the fact that I was eating sugar that was making me want to eat more. And that was simply it. We can go through life saying, oh, this made us fat, or this happened to me and that made me fat. I don't agree with that.
No. One last sort of question here was, do you think an up-and-coming event, i.e. Christmas or a family wedding or something, can inspire people to lose weight? And did such events make you feel dreaded in the past? Would you dread like going to a family meal or something in the past? Yeah,
I did, because any family event, whenever there was food, I had to pretend that, life and soul of the party. It's all right, love, I'll leave you some. Do you know what I mean? When you're just jokingly, but inside I was crushed.
Yeah.
Thinking I knew that they were going, oh, I hope she leaves us some.
So wearing clothes to obviously we all wear clothes to a family event, obviously, but picking the right outfits and
picking something to make me look slim.
Yeah.
It was so difficult. I wanted people to say you look beautiful, but it was such a difficult thing. It was just how I felt inside.
I personally believe all large people have large personalities and all the rest of it. I don't think anyone should judge a thin person, a larger person, on anything. But that's just the way it is. And how cool would it be to have coffee more than once a month with your new community friends?
Oh, that's an idea.
Yeah.
I would love that.
If that's something that, well, whether you could do it because they're not local or whatever, but is it something you would love to be able to do?
Yeah. Oh, that would be lovely. Or maybe on Skype or something like that. Grab a coffee and
come
on Skype, or what's the other thing? I don't know what they call it. Skype and what's
Zoom.
the other thing? Zoom, is it?
Zoom meeting.
Yeah. I don't know how that would pan.
Grab
a cup and go, yeah,
have a chit
right,
chat.
how are you?
Yeah.
How you doing?
That's the next step, then, isn't it?
That would be nice. I don't know. I have to ask them. I have to ask the community.
If you've got time. I'm going to end it there.
Okay.
Thanks for doing that.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, everybody, for your questions.
Fantastic questions.
That's amazing. You're going to have to tell me how you did all this, how you got all them to ask questions. Thank you so much.
Cool.
Thank you.
It's a wrap. Cut.